This is the Morning Drive, and here's what we're talking about now. Demand for locally produced food rising fast in the UAE, and camel milk, there you go, seeing a notable surge as consumers are looking for reliability, they're looking for homegrown supply. Now, Camelicious is a camel milk brand. It's reporting strong growth across its range, and it kind of highlights a wider shift towards local sourcing and, of course, food security. Joining us is Hesham Hakim. He's the acting CEO of Camelicious. Hopefully we get some more on what's driving the trend. Hesham, it's good to meet you. Welcome.
Nice to meet you, Tom. Good morning for you and for all your audiences.
Well, look, good to have you here. So, look, in the UAE, the conversation around food security isn't just, a high-level government policy. It's happening on grocery shelves. That much we can see. Consumers are increasingly moving towards locally produced, reliable food sources. And one of the sectors seeing some demand, a growth in demand, is yours, the camel dairy industry. What's driving the recent surge for locally produced camel milk? Where's it come from?
Actually, it's come from the food security, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's super critical now for the consumer. And also consumers now are more keen and looking for food security, for stability, for the quality as well. And it's driven by food benefits as well, which we offer as Camelicious. And we commit for the same, because actually it's one of our key promise that our food is come from farm to table within 48 hours.
Okay.
Which will show our capability, our quality standard, and our stability in supply as well.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Supply reliability in those kind of in core nutritional categories, milk being a prime example, of course. It's a really important point to make. And I suppose in uncertain times, we've been through 60 days of a great deal of uncertainty. Consumers kind of look for something they can trust. And moving towards, longer life maybe, or shelf-stable camel milk products, that offers a kind of a buffer against the volatility, doesn't it, in supply chain terms?
100%. Actually, shelf life is a key driven for during uncertainty.
Sure.
And actually, at Camelicious, we offer multiple range. Our fresh milk or fresh flavored milk, it's between 15 days. Also, we offer ice cream for a long time, for 1 year. We offer powder. Powder is super for food security. And we offer with shelf life, it's 18 months. We have our long life, even for export market, was 9 months. For all this shelf lives, give more confidence for our consumer. We are available, even during these 60 days, we are available at all retail, even at e-commerce. And that's why, as you mentioned, that we notice a huge surge in demand during this one. But this has actually come from our capability and our availability on the shelf as well.
Okay. How much is it a sentiment shift in the market as well? The feeling that this is a local producer that we want to support, as opposed to, the disruptions in the supply chain. Is it more like a preference for local products, becoming an availability-driven choice, do you think?
100%. Even if you look at it from government perspective or from consumer, even from government now, there's a priority for, if you see made in UAE production, locally produced. All of this support even our business, since we are homegrown brand. And also from consumer now looking for stability, security, availability at any place, at any time. Even during this challenge, we are there.
I guess it's a like-for-like replacement, isn't it, to standard milk in many ways? If whatever you're using it for.
Actually, our consumer mainly looking for value, looking for nutrition, looking for functional values, because our camel milk is offering boost immunity, digestly, easily, naturally energized. All of this is natural. That's why our consumer is more keen about values and availability as well.
Okay. What have you seen? How can you describe the impact to your demand over the last few months? Can you put that into context for us? The rise that you've seen, the surge in demand.
Actually, we see the rise in all the retail. Even there is a huge demand we have in e-commerce, even like Noon, Talabat, all this online platform, we see a huge demand there, and even in retail. It's a good, and I see this one not a challenge. It was an opportunity for us, and we ace it.
It's the sign when you're saying this is when the shelves are emptying faster. Empty shelves is a good sign, as long as you can restock them.
It is, but actually we don't need to be there. We need to be available at any time, anywhere.
Yeah.
This is what one of our main goal: coverage and visibility and availability as well.
Okay. Are you seeing new customers entering the category, or is it just increased consumption?
Both, actually, to be fair. We have our existing loyal consumers, which we see the increase in frequency. But we did a lot of research before with like YouGov as a market research.
Okay.
I think there is an increase mainly due to they consume now more camel milk in their daily routine, in their daily ritual, cooking, baking, morning, night, snacks. This is how we see. And also we see new entry and the new consumer, which they are looking for values, looking for functional and also wellness. That's why we attract a lot of consumers.
Okay. How's it been scaling to meet demand? I mean, one of the advantages, I would guess, correct me if I'm wrong, is that your production ecosystem is end to end. So you're all the way from milking, looking after the camels, milking to packaging, aren't you?
100%. Actually, at Camelicious, as I told you, that we are UAE-based company, and we have full-fledged facility. When I say full-fledged, it's starting from farm to sales. We have our own farm. We have almost 7,000 camel. We have our production with a capacity almost or more than 3 million liters per year. We have our sales team. All of this in-house and at our capacity and our facility. This is why it's give us good edge. So for any increase in demand, we can manage.
Okay.
And we can support as well.
The thing at the moment, I mean, we've all experienced this. We have been through a really unpredictable 60 days or so, a couple of months nearly. How have you, particularly during the last couple of months, during the conflict, how have you adjusted your product lineup, maybe your production focus, specifically leaning into long life items to make sure that you meet schedules, delivery schedules?
Actually, our business is super resilient, and we have a very solid business continuity plan, especially for these circumstances.
Okay.
And we didn't see any shortage, even in the market, we didn't. However, even for the export market, with all this challenge in logistics and supply chain, we continue to support our export market and domestic market as well. Actually, this is because of, again, our capability and its full-fledged facility. So we can control, we can manage, we can prioritize the product, the country. But at the end, our ultimate goal to fulfill the needs of our consumer, either here or even outside of UAE.
Right, okay. So it wasn't really a question of scaling per se to meet the demand surge. The capacity is always there. Actually, it's just calling on it, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. You are right. But actually, this is one of our competitive edge, that we have our full-fledged facility, we have our farm, we have our production, so we can manage. And also, actually, since day one, because this year we celebrate this 20 years anniversary.
Right.
Because there is a heritage at Camelicious. And when this facility built at the beginning, it occupied with technology, with expansion, with innovations. That's why every time we have innovation, we have new products, we are trying to be close to our consumer, trying to be close to their needs. That's why we have this capability.
When you started 20 years ago, was there a model for this? I mean, aside from the traditional dairy models, where...
Yes, actually, the idea itself started from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid.
Okay.
It was his vision to integrate and to introduce camel milk into the food global. Okay. Then it was translated to the facility with production. And we have, I think, first production 20 years back. But the aim and the ultimate goal to be exposed across the globe, not only for UAE. That's why now we are keen to explore and penetrate a lot of markets. And we are here now. Currently, we are at UK, at China, at USA, at Europe, at Asia, and soon we will be in Africa. All of this because of initially or because of the initial vision from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed Rashid.
How's the acceptance been outside of here? I mean, traditionally in the Gulf, in the Arab world, particularly in this region, it's not an outlandish idea to drink camel milk. But I guess in some countries, it would you treat it with, what's that going to be like? Am I going to like that? How's the reception been?
It's the same. I will start from perception. This is perception.
That's what I mean. I use
You're
word
right.
perception.
No, you're right.
Advising.
Absolutely, you're right.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, I will refer to a lot of research we did before. And we find the most challenging point is not awareness. There is awareness and good level of awareness for even for Camelicious or for camel milk.
Sure.
But the main problem or main challenge is for trial.
Right.
But however, that's why even in last 1 year, we try to be more close to our consumer, to be at events, to attend, to make a lot of activation, to be close and to offer sampling and to see trial. But the good indication, the good reflection, I think whoever is try camel milk, he accepted and he shifted to camel milk.
People are, I get.
But it's a matter of jump and try.
It is. I mean, activations must be really important to you,
100%
because you've got to get people across what's that going to be like? Because people are so used to, I don't know if
Typical dairy.
the established dairy products,
You're right.
if you like, yeah. Because it's a different, it's not a
100%.
different flavour, but it's like a creamier, tangier flavour. I can't really describe
If
it.
you allow me,
Yeah.
there is a difference between camel milk and another dairy.
Yeah.
Our camel milk is a super premium product. It's one single product, one single ingredient. And when I say it's one single ingredient, because of the values.
Yeah.
And our camel milk, as I told you before, it's offering naturally energized, boost immunity, easily digest. Why is all of this? Because there is like different A2 protein profile in our camel milk. We have vitamin C, we have electrolytes, we have B12. All of this is a function and value. It's not about only camel milk. No, there is it's a milk plus there is a valuable benefits and functional values.
Yeah.
That's why we are a premium. We are a premium product because we are more targeting functional benefits as well. Not
Yeah,
only
no,
for
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I've got to tell you, actually, I think it works really well as a base for chocolate, milk chocolate. I think that's something that could really score. Do you is that something that you can use to help counter the perception that maybe I won't like that? Is that something?
Actually, we are now working, and our innovation team and R&D team are working more to make our product more enjoyable, more accessible. So we offer, as I told you, we have plain milk, we have flavored milk with different flavors, chocolate, dates, saffron, strawberry. We have ice cream, pistachio, hazelnut, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry as well. So we try to be more close, to make our product more enjoyable. Not only as a benefits or functional, no, it's enjoyable and for all the family members as well.
Yeah. Okay. What are the challenges or the differences, if any, between camel milk production as opposed to a standard area cow bovine milk production?
You are right. There is a challenge. If I will list it, maybe the top 2 or top 3 challenges. Sure. First of all, it's come from camel expertise. Camel is a very unique business, need expertise, and thanks God that we have a good and super team in farm, which is take care of our production, our camel herd, our animal welfare. Also, animal welfare. There is a huge animal welfare standard behind our product to maintain this quality and this consistency. It's not for free. That's why when I say premium, there is a reason behind premium. It's not premium because it's a premium or because of the price. No, because of the value and because of whatever behind the production. Also, when it's come to premium, it's come opposite to growth because you need to balance between growth and the premium as well. And the main challenge for us now to scale it. However, we try to scale the business, but to maintain the same or our applicable quality standard. This is the key challenges we face.
That's the next stage, I guess. Something that I was thinking about. What role does shelf life play in consumer choices right now? How important is that in Camelicious business?
It's super important, shelf life, even for domestic market and export market. If I will start from UAE market, consumer now looking for availability. And our product is offer 15 days. For 15 days, it's give more confidence for the consumer that once he reach to any retail or at e-commerce, he will find our product. It will not be short-term shelf life. No, it will be available. For export market, it's a key dominant. Why? Because at the end, it's export. There is a logistics, there is a lead time to deliver, to receive there. That's why we offer our mainly milk product, milk powder for export market with 18 months. So also the consumer there, he trusts our product and he knows that there is availability and it will sustain with him for a long time.
Okay. What about pricing? We're talking about it as a premium, part of the premium kind of dairy segment, I guess. How does pricing compare with traditional dairy products today?
Actually, there is a difference, but as I told you, our product is premium. And it's premium because there is a reason behind premium. It's not premium because of the brand or because of the name, no, because of the values behind our camel milk and also our standard. We have a super and high level of animal welfare standard. Plus our consumer, as I told you, our consumer is mainly value driven, not price driven. Yani our consumer mainly is looking for values, for nutrition, for functional values, not for the price.
It may be a more traditional buyer in some ways. Do you find that? Because there's a legacy aspect to this, and there is an aspect of tradition, isn't there?
Yes, part of our, because camel milk at the end, it's part of the heritage here in UAE.
Yeah.
For sure, there is a traditional consumer.
I have to apologise for that mosquito that's buzzing around this studio. It's driving me insane. It's been here since yesterday. Do you know what? It's interesting this because it feels like a test case for the kind of broader UAE national sort of food security strategy in some ways. And I wonder, where do you go from here? You've outlined some of the approaches that you have, but I'm also interested in, are we looking at a permanent shift in how the UAE views local dairy? Because, I mean, this is a segment now, isn't it? This is an important part.
Yes. As I mentioned, and usually UAE is the leading in, when it's come to innovation, to quality, to research, all of this UAE leader on this one, and by default, we need to be there and we need to support our community and our government as well.
Yeah.
And we push for innovation, for technology, maintain our quality. Even as I told you, when we scale the business, we must not to try. We must maintain our quality standard because at the end, it's made in UAE.
Yeah.
And we are super proud that our product is made in UAE.
Come on, I've got a couple of quick questions. We've got the news coming up, actually, but consumer trust is really important, particularly for brands like Camelicious. You've got to be consistently delicious. You've got to meet, that expectation. Do you feel like the local production model is now well and truly part of, the pillar of consumer trust, that people really trust you as a local brand? Do you think that you're accepted in that way?
Yes, 100%. People now is moving to accept or people or consumer now are looking more for UAE local produced food security. As I told you that our camel milk is from farm to table within 48 hours. All of this support the consumer, and also that's why now the consumer more believe and looking for product with UAE made with local produce. Even now, recently, end of last year, we opened our facility and farm tour. So for all our consumers, they can come and visit our facility, show our capability, show our quality standard.
Okay, so people can visit and come and see the camels.
100%. We have our farm tour.
That's cool. Last question for you, and this is kind of your kind of long-term strategy in terms of scaling. Exports, whatever you're going to do. Any new products you can tell us about? Is there anything exciting coming up or innovations in the pipeline?
Actually, recently in Gulf Food, we announced new UHT. Our new product will be soon on the market. This is mainly to support our kids, mainly to support them in their school, also for the export market. And there is a lot of products now in our pipeline. And soon, hopefully by June, July, we'll release some of them in the market.
Okay, I said to you before we sat down, Hesham, I know nothing about camel milk, but I feel like I know a little bit more now, so I appreciate it.
I hope so.
I've learned something. So from tradition to a key pillar in modern food security. Hesham Abdul Hakim is the acting CEO of Camelicious. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Good to meet you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is Mirror Business FM.